Over a year of sustained fighting has stretched the Republic's forces dangerously thin.
Hot.
Yeah. Delta Squad finds itself in constant demand for increasingly hazardous missions. On the outskirts of the separatist space, a missing Republic assault ship has reappeared.
Maybe they're draining the swamp.
Hopefully. Drain the swamp. The veteran commandos of Delta Squad are dispatched to investigate. Day 367, Clone Wars, Chaikin Cluster.
Chaikin. Didn't he get runner-up on American Idol? Chaikin. Claykin.
He's pretty epic. Not really.
Is that Commander Krunkle?
Commander Krunkle?
Yeah.
Obviously. I don't actually remember his designation. I just call him advisor. Because that's what they call him as advisor.
Speedy Ignorus.
Yeah, exactly.
The long one.
The long boy?
Long boy, yes.
Funny banter. That is actually one of my favorite things about this game is the banter between the squad.
Yeah.
But I've played this game a million times, so I know all of the banter already, and I'm just like, I can't react to it anymore.
Yeah. I do like in FPSs when they have, like, dialogue or whatever during fights and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I like Bioshock so much. And
I would have been your daddy in Halo.
Yeah. Yeah, Halo has a good amount. Mass Effect, though that's not FPS, but...
Same idea, though.
Yeah.
I've lost contact with Commando.
Is Bioshock sci-fi? Or is it like...
It's not really sci. It's almost steampunk, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Which is kind of sci-fi in a way, but not really.
Like fantasy?
It's. I would consider steampunk to be either sci-fi or fantasy, really. It's kind of like alternative. Like sci-fi is usually set in the future, fantasy is often set in the past. Steampunk is usually kind of like an alternative.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and like fantasy has magic and stuff, but then steampunk is usually pseudo-scientific, almost like sci-fi.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's usually not futuristic like sci-fi is. So, I don't know if being futuristic is a requirement for sci-fi. Also, we were talking about clone troopers being useless last time, so there's that one right there.
Died in a corner.
Indeed.
So I was looking at the Sonic movie, and I saw it was classified as fantasy sci-fi.
Interesting.
I mean, how do you really classify the Sonic movie?
Yeah, right. Furry hentai or...
True nightmare. Not anymore.
Indeed.
Not quite as much, at least.
So 6-2's gone dark. Poor Scorch. Rest in pepperonis.
I was right, he did kill himself.
Only for this mission.
Leon kills himself.
Exactly.
That sounds like an excuse for masturbating.
Basically. Well, I was just checking the maintenance corridors. Launch a torpedo. Heavy quotes there. And continuing the theme of clone troopers being useless.
Well then. A waste of good genes.
Yeah, as in because they're clones. So they all have the same genes.
Is that because they grew them up too quick and they're all stupid or something? Stupid and bad?
Maybe some of them are just dumb.
Or is it because they just grew up and they didn't bother to train them and they just slapped guns into their hands? Because even though they cloned him, they wouldn't...
And he just dies before it even hits.
he offed himself before he could suffer a painful death.
I think I just found out
Indeed.
what happened to 6-2. Some kind of scavenger droid. Keep your eyes out for static. Fixer, keep scanning for 6-2.
Yeah, they even though they cloned Django, they wouldn't retain his combat ability because that was learned, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
It's just a genetic template.
yeah. Are they gonna... Oh, those ones didn't necessarily die. Well, sounds like they died.
Got some trooper casualties here.
Oh, they did.
Yep, they're dead.
Something
Are you supposed to sit there and watch that, or you just knew that that was gonna happen?
Oh, I knew it was gonna happen. You don't have to sit there and watch if you can.
Way to go, little guy. Whoever stole the ship has done some redecorating, Deltas. The aft data core access hall is blocked by debris.
Hope you feel like a good crawl, sir. The only way around that area is through the droid access conduits.
Lovely.
You might have to slice your way in.
Just have to override the access restrictions.
Let's do some lead hacking.
Yes, indeed.
Oh no.
Speaking of lead hacking,
More droids.
You're getting hacked right now?
basically, well, no, that just takes down your shields. Also, if they get close enough to you, they'll start like trying to cut through your helmet. You have to stab them.
Oh my.
Let's see if I can show you that.
Somewhere near the start.
Well, how do you know they're not hacking your shields to take them down?
Stay put. We'll
That's a good point, potentially.
They might be epic hackers.
We're close enough to monitor each other's status.
What's your position, 7?
I'm in the starboard data core. Should be a viewport near you.
Lucky number 7.
Oh yeah.
Stuck in a data core or something.
Show him my data core.
Oh yes.
Ah, there you are.
Give me a minute and I'll join you.
That looks like the room you get the BFG in.
Core for the sensor logs.
Kinda. A little bit, yeah.
Now,
We should get it.
hold on. Got some
Indeed.
static here.
Would you look at that? What could that be?
Seb, can you read me? Come in, Seb.
Is that the allspice?
The allspice.
Be on the lookout for armed hostiles. I think
we've got Trandoshans.
They've taken down 7. Delta Squad, come in.
Look at that, it's Trandoshans.
What are they doing here? What a
Getting stabbed.
coincidence. Like a family reunion.
Basically.
Your, what you don't know is your character is half Trandoshan.
Whoa.
Me in there.
That explains why your left nipple is green. It's definitely not gangrene or something.
Boss is half Trandoshan. It all makes sense now. It's like how in Young Justice, Superboy is half Lex Luthor, half Superman.
Precisely.
Well, Boss is half Jango Fett, half Trandoshan, half Bossk.
Ah.
It all makes sense.
Bossk. Babigalo.
Bossk Babigalo? Yeah, that's his last name. That's not known to anybody but George Lucas and us. He told me himself.
Ah. Yeah. Thomas.
Let me tell you something about Bossk. His actual last name is Babigalo.
You did that. I like your impression. There. And also,
It was not even remotely accurate, but I love it.
I feel like the more well, not necessarily the more, but I don't know. There's like this certain impression of George Lucas that's become popular that it has like no base in reality, but it's just hilarious.
Indeed.
And also, I love that the canon of that world, where I don't know, you just like go to Comic-Con, he just pulls you aside. He's really gotta tell you about the Bossk's last name. Like it's like a secret or something.
Indeed.
Like he killed his wife, and also that Bossk's last name is Babigalo.
His real name is Boss Baby.
Boss baby. That's George Lucas's real name.
Yeah.
I wish I could do a George Lucas impression.
Laugh while
Well,
you
then.
can, lizard breath.
I like how they made their screams so pathetic too.
Indeed.
It's not
And
even
they all use the same scream. Well, of course they do. They're clones, but
that
still.
is true. They're not even like oh or anything. It's like ah! Like a high pitched wail. So maybe they wanted to make him more goofy too, to seem less like violent or something.
Could be.
Maybe Star Wars didn't really care about that at this point.
Indeed.